Hey guys, my name's Alicia, and today I decided to just kind of like pick up the camera and start vlogging because this weekend I'm actually going to be selling at my very first market of the season. If you guys didn't know, I sell vintage clothing on Depop and Poshmark, and now I'm going to be selling it in person. So I always enjoy kind of like vlogging the process because I think it's really cool to see kind of how something like this gets put together and how I personally prepare for them. So I'm going to take you guys along with me this week and show you kind of the whole process and firstly what I've been up to today. So along with like mostly my vintage items, I also sell some custom items like this jacket you can kind of see peeking through right here. But another signature of mine is actually bucket hats. So I've already cut out all the fabric, but basically all these things here are going to end up being bucket hats. I only have one left from last season, so I thought it'd be a good idea to restock. While a lot of them I do kind of like these patchwork designs where it's like a mix of different materials, I actually thought I'd come up with a kind of different design this time. I already went ahead and made this one. And I've actually done this on like t-shirts before, but I thought it'd be really cool to do this thrifter beaded design on a bucket hat. I think that'd look really, really cool. So the first thing on kind of my prep to-do list is going to be finishing up all those bucket hats. Okay, so today's day 2, and yesterday I just finished up this bucket hat, and I think it turned out so cute. I really actually like it a lot. And I decided I should get some kind of like BTS and like some content of how I make the bucket hat, so I decided to do like a little stop motion kind of TikTok video. So that is basically what was going on over here. So I'm hoping that video kind of helps with like the promoting the market, because this is actually the very first event that they're ever putting on. So I'm not gonna lie, I have been a little bit nervous about that to see kind of what the turnout ends up being, just because in the past I've done the hippie market, which is located in Toronto. It's been around for a while, so it's pretty popular. And Toronto is just generally like a busy area where people can kind of stumble upon it. Whereas this market is a little bit in the middle of nowhere, so you kind of have to go out of your way to go there. So I've been trying to do my part and advertise it as much as I can, but that has been a little bit like on my mind. But I guess we're gonna find out in a few days. So for now, I'm just gonna continue making the rest of my bucket hats, and then in a couple days I'll actually start getting into like real market prep of like choosing what clothes to bring and stuff. Okay guys, so it's the night before the market, and I just spent the rest of today finishing up sewing all my bucket hats. And now I just went ahead and kind of did my setup to see how many things I could fit on this rack, and then I started pricing. So I'm actually gonna go to bed now, but in the morning we're gonna pack all this up and head to the market.
Take the next right on Douglas Street East, Calhoun Regional Road 5.
Alright guys, so we are officially headed to the Retroland Market. I feel like I haven't said in this vlog what the market's called, but it's called Retroland, and it's actually being hosted by Thrift Store by the Pound, which is actually, you guys know I've been there tons of times. It's one of my favorite thrift stores, so very exciting. I packed the car up this morning, so everything is loaded and ready to go. I am riding solo today. Unfortunately, Ariane and Emily, who usually help me out, were busy today, so I'm on my own, but I'm not too worried because this is in Mississauga and not Toronto. I feel like it's so much less stressful, you know. I already know where I'm gonna park, like it's gonna be more chill. So, and apparently there's already a lineup of people there, so I'm gonna get there like an hour early, and I think it'll take me about an hour to set up. So very exciting. I will see you guys there. Okay guys, I just wanted to check in because it's just like way too loud with the music over there to check in at the booth, so I just came to my car for a second. But so far it's been pretty slow. So far I've made 3 sales, so better than nothing. It took 2 hours to make my first sale, which is kind of typical, I guess. But I think I've made my money back so far for the booth fee, so at least there's that. But so far I sold a black pair of Lee vintage jeans, a vintage denim wrap dress, and then one of my reworked bucket hats, so that's really good. But it's also been really nice to meet people too and interact with people and stuff, so far it's going pretty good. What time is it? It's 3:30 right now, so we're only about halfway through. It has died down quite a bit, so I'm not sure how many more customers will be here, but we're at the halfway point, so I will check in again later. Hi guys, so I'm driving home now. The market is in fact over. Sorry for this angle, but basically it ended up being kind of a failure. I basically made no money. So the last time I checked in with you guys, that was the last sale that I ended up making for the whole day. Pretty much the whole second half of the event I had no more customers. There was honestly like barely any people who came by after that, and I have to be honest, it's kind of a miracle that I sold anything because there really were not that many people there. I think the problem is, for one, the whole event was marketed as more of that like hype beast t-shirt sporty kind of wear, whereas my stuff is obviously a lot more girly. And the second problem is that because it was hosted at a pay by the pound thrift store, when people are there shopping like pay by the pound, it really makes everything else in comparison look really expensive. And obviously if they already found a bunch of cool stuff thrifting by the pound, you know, they're good for the day. They don't really feel the need to shop anymore. So I think that's kind of the issue. Pretty much all my predictions were right about how the location is kind of, you know, not in a busy area, so that was also a problem. So I just wanted to make it absolutely clear that there is no hate towards the event organizers. I actually think they did a really good job of putting on the event. This is just what happened with my personal experience, and I was even talking to some of the other vendors and they did really well that day. So this is just how my day went, and clearly I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, so I just wanted to make that really clear. And that's just kind of a reality with owning a business. You have to take risks sometimes, and sometimes they don't always work out. So I paid $75 for the spot, and I ended up making $73. So that's minusing the cost I paid for the clothes that I sold. It's basically my profit, right? I basically broke even. I also spent like $10 on gas to get there, so I essentially paid like $10 to go and I didn't make any money. So kind of a bummer, but also I was kind of prepared for that. And I feel like people don't really share their failures a lot, and I don't know, I was like, I might as well post this video even though it is kind of a big failure. But it was still fun overall. Like, I got to meet some of the other vendors who were really nice, and like some of the customers were super nice, so that's good. But yeah, definitely disappointing. I definitely don't regret making all those bucket hats because I know I'm still going to be able to sell them online, no problem. But yes, I did waste basically 7 hours of my day today sitting there at the market, and you know, last night took me a long time to price all the items. I gotta be honest, it was a little bit of a waste of my time, unfortunately, but you live and you learn. And I guess going forward, I'm only gonna do markets in Toronto, and if I can go back to the hippie market, I will, because that's definitely more for like my customer market. Plus there's like so many more people there. It's just like a constant flow of people all day. So yeah, I thought I would just kind of like debrief with y'all and like tell you the real tea that, you know, realistically I technically lost money today. So I'm very grateful for the 3 sales I did make, because man, if I did not make my booth fee back, I would be very upset. But anyways, I guess that's the end of the vlog. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week with hopefully more positive, more successful video. Okay, bye guys.